I used to tell people to replace their thoughts with kinder thoughts, like say maybe negative self-talk, replace it with kinder, more loving, compassionate things. Or even to use metaphorical tools like turning the dial down or other types of things like that. If those things work for you, great. But if you find they're not working for you, it's because that thought is probably a more persistent thought in you, and instead of trying to suppress it or replace it or ignore it, what really needs to happen is you need to examine it, to go into inquiry, to get curious about it, to meet it, to open up to it. So if you have any types of thoughts that seem to be repeating, maybe it's something like, I don't deserve this. Nobody treats me well. Why do people do this to me? Never going to be successful. Why are other people successful and I'm not successful? Whatever it is, rather than try to replace it or suppress it, my invitation to you is to get into a relationship with it. Open up a journal or take out a piece of paper and start to get curious. Dive into the thought rather than trying to resist, avoid, and turn it down and shut it up and replace it. That thought probably has something important to tell you. Every single thing, every thought, feeling, need, body sensation, pain, struggle, unhealthy pattern, judgment, all kinds of things. There are all kinds of ways that we are being told information about ourselves to help us to learn about ourselves better and to turn inward. The problem is we're so often just trying to fend them off and avoid feeling them and experiencing them instead of going inward. So if you have anything that's repetitive in your life, my invitation is to turn inward. Ask yourself questions. What are you here to tell me? What do I need to know? What am I missing? What do I feel? Why did you come up? What are you trying to protect me from? What is it that I need in this situation? Ask questions, go into inquiry, dive into it rather than trying to push it away, because I promise you that which you resist does persist. And so if it keeps coming up, resisting is no longer going to work. Self-inquiry is what's going to work. So if you're interested in this and you're like, gosh, I really want to do more of this, this feels more in alignment with me than the stuff I've been doing so far, the Whole Soul Way is the place to be, because that's what we do, is we do inquiry, and we do this kind of once and for all, go in there and really listen to ourselves. And by doing that, you know what you do? You cultivate a relationship with yourself. That relationship with yourself is exactly what you're really longing for. It's the turning inward and fortifying ourselves from the inside out. That's what everyone is deeply longing for, and that's what the Whole Soul Way is for. So follow me if you want to learn more.